Hi everyone, been down to my little bank this morning and I got a lot of coins. They didn't have much down there in the $1 range, as you can see. I wanted $1 but none. So they ran out of 50 cents, they ran out of $2. So I just filled up what I had for $600 and I ended up with $450 of $2 Australian coins, $60 of 50-cent pieces, $30 of 20-cent pieces, $8 of 10-cent pieces, and $22 of 5-cent pieces. Okay, so we'll look through them and see what we got today. But of note is two 2021 50-cent pieces. They're at 1.44 million by the mint. No asterisks next to them or anything, which means that is the mintage. Two 2021 20-cent pieces, but they're at 7.13 million. Still lowish mint. And here is a 2021 10-cent piece, and they're at 1.25 million. No asterisks, no nothing. That's what the mint shows them at, which makes them the lowest 10-cent piece. So that beats the 2011, which was the lowest at 1.8. We've now got a new leader. That's the 2021 10-cent piece, and that's only 1.25 million. So I'm at a bit of a dilemma with this one, because that's a 2021 that end and a 2021 that end. Now, I just noodled some 5-cent pieces the other day and I had 3 rolls and they were head to head, and when I opened them up they were all 2021s, all uncirculated. 4.5 million on those. So this one here being the lowest mint, 1.25, having head and head, I'm figuring that in there is all uncirculated 2021 10-cent pieces. But I'm pretty confident. The chances of getting end to ends is astronomical of new coins, just like that. Then I'll guarantee that when I'll open it up and I'll put a guarantee on it, they're going to be all 2021s. If they're not, well, I've been outdone, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be all 2021s. So we'll have a look and see what else we got in here. Hopefully some 2020 50-cent pieces. Who knows? Okay, we'll look through these. Finished checking the 50-cent pieces down here, and that's all the ones I've checked. So I've got 3, 6, 9, 12 there, which I'll go through. Very good. But I'm halfway through my pot of pulling out. Look, there's another colour. What's that one? Alright. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've got 12 colours there. One is Possum Magic, and the rest are all 2020 Tokyo games from Woolworths, released 2021. So I've got a Paralympic. I've got 2 green, 3 yellow, a black, 4 reds. Somebody's gone and dumped their whole lot. Now this is from my little bank, my last noodle, $700. I got 1 coin, and that was a 2018 Commonwealth Games. So the team emblem, that was 4 million on those. That was it, 1 colour for 700. 450 I got here, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 colour already, and I'm only halfway through. You can see here I'm just turning them over now. It just started. Anyway, we'll see what we got. All the colour that I've got. This is the biggest haul I've ever had in one hit, for sure, of colour. So I've got 3 black Olympic, 6 Fuji, 2 green, 3 yellow, which is the Eternal Flame. That's the 5 rings and the coat of arms. A Paralympic, 2017 Possum Magic, and 3 Wiggles Feather Sword, Dorothy the Dinosaur, and Wags the Dog. But for 450, that's pretty good. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 so far. 19 colour. Really good. Just missing the blue here for a full set of Olympic. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to crack this 10-cent roll here. 2021 both ends. Head, tail. And I believe that all of these are going to be 2021s. The lowest 10-cent coin that we have now. So we'll crack it right now. And we'll see. But I can tell just looking here, they're all brand new. All brand new. So I was right. These are going to be all, yep. Look at that. Brand new, uncirculated. I'll get the gloves on. So I've got the gloves on. That's 40 of them there. 40 uncirculated 2021 10-cent pieces. The Mint just released the annual report and they have these at 1. No asterisks next to them, which means that's the mintage that they've done for the year. It's not partial. And that makes them the lowest mint, overtaking the 2011 at 1.88 million or 1.8 million. That's really good. And the lowest mintage too. But I was right that it's really rare. And they're not all new coins in there. Pretty rare. And so I was right. All of them. So I'll check these. That's the best way to get them, is in a roll. If there's any errors in there, you've got chances of having the progressive error happening, or all of them with the exact same error. And being the low mint, a couple of errors would be nice. So they're a bit closer, but beautiful condition. 40 of them. Lovely. Okay, I've checked those 40. There's no errors in them. And I've sorted them out into gradings. My gradings, what I reckon they're grading. What we have, and they're all very nice, beautiful, uncirculated in the roll. So these 8 here would be MS60s, not worth grading. They've got, all of them have got one long streak on them from the coin, fresh coin rubbing against them. So those 8, nice, but they've got a very distinctive scratch through them. This one has got the circular grind in it. Funny enough, it wasn't an end coin, it was in there. So it wasn't done from this roll, that's done at the mint. So no good. And then these 22 from here, there's 22 of them, they would be coming in at MS63. So they've got noticeable marks on them. They're uncirculated, which is the type of strike that they've had. You've got proof and uncirculated. We still use uncirculated for their condition as well, which just means they haven't got any physical wear. As for bag marks, process marks, they're acceptable when they get graded, but it depends on how many is on there. These, no. These have small clash marks on them, and I'd put them at, at 63. Those 22 there. Nice, but just a couple of marks, little clash marks there. And then these 8 here, I'd put them at around 65, MS 65s. So they have the minimal marks on them, these 8. So only 8 out of 40 what I would sell. So I'll be putting those 8 into 2x2s. These I won't, I'll keep them anyway, but these are sellable because there's hardly any marks on them. So nice high grade, and this one is the highest grade in here, and if you were lucky you might get an MS 66 out of it, 67, very hard 67s with mass produced coins, but never know. It's only got like one mark. Really nice that one. That's the highest one, so that one's worth the most money out of all of them. I don't know what these are going for, but it means they're the lowest minted. These are all beautiful, but those 9, that one no, these 8 no, bit too bad. These ones, yes, sellable, with telling the buyer that they are clash marked on them. These ones, very nice, very sellable, high grade, just 1 or 2 marks on them, very good, and this one's the best one. So there you go, very nice out of that. But again, it shows what I've said many times: when you get rolls of uncirculated coins or bags of uncirculated coins, that uncirculated just means they haven't got any physical wear, they haven't been out there in circulation. As for bag marks, well, you can see there's only 9, and 31 of them I probably wouldn't even try to sell. These maybe, but only after these. If I was selling them on eBay on my site, these would be the last ones, and these definitely no. So out of rolls and bags, if you can get 10 out of there that are extremely worth putting in a album or selling, you're only going to get about 10 if you're lucky. Anyhow, I'll check the rest of the coins now. Okay, so finishing off this noodle, it's been a couple of weeks in between the very first part of this up to the 10-cent coins to me doing the end result, because I've been extremely busy. So we'll get down to it, but with the 10-cent pieces, so I kept 38 of them, 2 of them totally no good, so 38 of the lowest 10-cent piece we have now, 1.25 million. So that's 38 coins there. I said I had 98 on the videos leading up to this that I've done, my Perth and Canberra Mint coins. I did have 98, but take 2 out of that because I was going to keep all 40 10-cent coins. So that brought it down, and then the other coins I sold before I even got them to show you. So they were 5 cent, 50, the Possum Magic out of the $2 here, and a couple others. So I ended up with 90 coins for $58.15. So 38 of the 10-cent pieces, and the rest here with the 5 cent, the $2 coins. So we'll start off with the 20-cent coins, and I'll bring these closer now. Okay, so we'll start off at the top. 1966 20-cent piece. I kept it because really good condition, that one. Probably very fine plus. Yeah, very fine plus. Nice higher grade. That's a Canberra one, I'm pretty sure. When I turn it over, right on the privy mark of it, which is Canberra has a gap between the platypus and the wave, and the London Mint that minted them, and they did about 28 million, so about 58 million in total, 20-cent pieces for 66, and they had no gap between there, but it's got a bit of verdigris on there, and it's right on the tip of where the identifying mark is. So looking up really close, I think I can see through the little bit of black bacteria, verdigris, whatever's got onto it, and it looks like it's a Canberra. But very nice, so I'll keep that one. They're 1972, 16 million on them, but I've kept it because underneath that sort of scummy look on there that they get, it's in a higher grade. It's not too much wear on there. But I keep the 71s and the 72s because they run together, and well, you know, they're still 8th lowest at 16 million, so I keep that one. Then the 2019 JC, 3 million on them. I had a look, and from last year to now, this is only my 5th that I've found for the 13 months. And I don't know, probably 50,000 worth of 20-cent pieces I went through easy. And only 5, so that's really good. Then we've got a 1995 United Nations, 4.5 million. It's not in too good a nick, but I keep them in the Bradman, so I like them. Then we've got two 2001 Federation 20-cent pieces. They had 9 states and territories, and this one's New South Wales and the ACT. It's a little bit scummied up, but I keep them to try and make sets. Really hard to find now, 20 years later, 21. And anyone that's got New South Wales, look out for them along here on the edge of the map, because they get CUDs on them, die chips. So look out for them for errors. And they're 2 million, except for Queensland and South Australia, they're 2.3 million. But all the rest are 2 million of the 9. Then we've got a 2013 100 Years of Canberra, 6.5 million. Beautiful design, a lot of design in there. It's a really, really top coin, one of the better ones for sure, for how much it's gone into it. And then here we've got our varieties and an error. This one's a 1981 3.5 claw Canadian minted coin. It's got a flat planchet, it's got curved base or fishtail or scalloped bottoms to the letters. Not all of them, but most of them. And when you turn it over, that very first claw in there will be in half. And that's the Canadian minted 3.5 claw 20-cent piece. And that's the privy mark, the half claw. And it's always matched up with scalloped or curved base letters on the obverse side, as well as a flat planchet, because they use less pressure than this one here, which is the Welsh one. And I'll tell you why I know it's the Welsh one in a minute. So I've turned it back over, and this one has a flat planchet and the letters are curved based at the bottom, or scalloped or fishtail, just like the top of the coin. They've got a curve in the base, and the T's, the I's, the ones, the I's over here, the bottom of the H, the T. Even if it's worn, somewhere there you'll see the curved base of the letter, and the queen sits on top. This is the Welsh one. The queen sits down in that. It's lower, because I used higher pressure. The letters at the bottom are flat based. There's no curve like this, flat. Planchet's in a bowl, concave, and the planchet is flat. This one here is the one to watch out for that mimics the 1981 Canadian coin, which is a variety, with the privy mark being the half claw, and the scalloped base letters is also a privy mark, because they're different to this. This is flat base. But the Welsh and the Canberra can be confused with that when it's an error coin. It has die fill on the very first claw, and it looks just the same. And that's how you tell the difference. Flat base letters and a concave planchet. I've turned them both over, and what's amazing about these two finds is, for me, is that the back of them, we can tell the difference between the Welsh and the Canadian from another area, which is the nostrils, just here. And the amazing thing is, these two finds, the nostrils I can see. They're normally worn so bad you can't tell the difference. That's why with the Canadian I don't worry about the nostrils. as long as it's got a flat planchet, curved base letters. The curved base letters is the main thing of all this, because the Welsh and the Canberra only have flat base. So curved base letters, flat planchet, turn it over, half claw, Canadian. Look at the nostrils if they're available to look at, but not worn. They're large. They're roundish and close together, but rather large. This one, it's excellent because the nostrils are showing. And the nostrils are small, widespread, and look like teardrops. And that's on the Welsh coin only. The Canberra coin is exactly the same as the Welsh, flat base letters, concave planchet, but the Canberra has large nostrils, just like the Canadian. And so that is outright a Welsh minted 20-cent piece. Really hard to find these with their nostrils showing really nicely, so that is showing nice. And the beauty about it, why I need them to show as well as the flat base letters, is the very first claw on this is in half, but it's actually got a break and then a tiny bit of it again above, and it looks like a 3.5 claw Canadian, but it's die fill. So I'll show this up close so you can see it. Yeah, beautiful, really nicely defined Welsh die fill 3.5 claw, very hard to find. So this coin is the 3.5 claw Canadian minted privy marked coin, and that first claw is in half. Little bit of die fill on the last claw there, as you can see, the fourth one. But this is the Canadian on the other side. So on the date we'll see there's curved base on the ones. So the ones there have, those ones have curved bases on them. You can also see it on the H and the T and the I's there. It's worn, but like I said, you can pick it up on some. The very first leg of the H, you can see that it's got a curve underneath it, fishtail or scalloped. The better condition, the better you'll see. But that's the 3.5 claw Canadian minted coin. And now this one is the Welsh minted coin with the die fill on the first claw, and you can see a bit on the last claw. But this, when you turn it over, you can see that on the base of all the letters and the numbers there, that they're dead flat. See the H, the I's and the T, they're all dead flat. Now to tell the difference if it's Canberra or Welsh is the nostrils. These nostrils are small, teardropped and far spread. So it's the nostrils. These ones are small, teardropped and far spread. And the Canadian, luckily we can see it well. Look at the size of them. They're really big and they're close together. So that's the bottom is the Welsh. It's the only one with the small, teardrop, widespread nostrils. The Canberra has the same as this top one, which is large and round and close together. So that bottom one is a 3.5 claw die fill error coin. Alright, so I'll put on an angle and you'll see the rest of it on the top. And if I do it just there, you can see at the top of it that it's broken. Yeah, so you can see at the top of that, if I put the light, you can see it's broken at about, I don't know, 6/7 of the way up the die field. But when you look at it like that, it looks like a 3.5 claw, but it's actually, see, there you go, there's the rest of it on the top. Yeah, so watch out for them. They're mimics, and well, they're very hard to find too. So flat base letters, concave planchet, turn it over, any of the claws are missing, it's a die fill. And then check the nostrils, small one, Welsh, large, Canberra. The Canadian one, curve based letters, flat planchet, turn it over, first claw will be in half, nice, clean, like a bullet shape, about 3/5 actually. So look for them, bit of competition looking for those. They're very hard. But that's a good score because they're not easy to find. So that's the letters there, with the date. So the bottom is the Welsh, as we know from the nostrils, minted coin. 50 million they minted in Wales, 50 million in Canberra, 50 million in Canada. So the top one, you can see the curve on that bottom number one, you can see it nicely there. And the bottom 1981, you can see the bottom of it, bottom is flat. Yeah, so that's the difference. So bottom one, that's the Welsh one, top one is the Canadian. Curve based number, flat based number. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so the next one, 2000, 20-cent piece, and it's an error, and I haven't found one before. I don't know if I found a coin, a 20-cent coin, with a rim CUD, and it's got a huge one from there to there. It's about 12, 14 mil. I should have measured it up, but I've not seen one on the 20-cent piece. I'm pretty sure, always on ones and twos. I probably have, but I just can't remember. Anyway, that's a really rare find. So we have a chip, long one, out of the edge of the hammer die. That's a chip on the hammer die. So that's the die that comes down. I'm pretty sure that our queen, the obverse, is in the hammer die and the reverse is in the anvil die, which is underneath, and the collar is in between the two as the retainer. Yeah, so anyway, that's a long chip out of the very edge where the gutter is to create that rim. On the edge of the die is chipped, and that's what that is. It puts it on top. If it was the collar and that was chipped, it would be down and probably on the edge of it too, squashed out. But in this case, it's a chip off the die. Really rare, that one. Excellent. Okay, that's the 2000 20-cent piece up close, and you can see from there all the way across to there. And there you can see the rim has got a cut on the edge. Yeah, very nice, very scarce, rare. Two 1999s. That's a standard small head. It's dirty, it's just for example. This is the scarcer, very scarce, 1999 large head 10-cent piece. You can tell the difference. The head, I wouldn't worry about the head. Look at the edging. Between the top of the legend and the rim, that's got about 1 mil. And here, it's about a half. It's nearly touching it. Just the same as the 1999 $2, where it's defined by the difference between the top of the legend and the rim. So yeah, very nice. Very hard to find these. Onto the 5-cent pieces. 91, 91, 92, 93, missing the 1994 for a full set of the large SD variety that you can find on those 4 years. I do have a video on them to show them, but the SD on the back, so the SD on the back just here is a lot larger than the standard SD. and it just looks like, to me, always like a cobra coming out of a basket. It's really stretched and the head sort of folds like a cobra. It's not like a S, but the smaller ones are. Easily identifiable if you can find them, but just look for a stretched out S that looks like a snake. So you can get them on those 4 years, and I've got two 91s, 92, 93. 94 seems to be pretty hard to find. So yeah, very good, nearly a full set. So here, 1969, very nice condition 5-cent piece. They made 38 million or something like that. That's just to show you, if you do collect, whatever you collect, anyway, it doesn't matter, that they're out there and they're in the coins. You're not going to get them in your change. You're going to have to go looking for them. You can get them in your change, but it's really hard. But just to show you what is out there if you go searching for them, if you come across these, you can slowly build up a really nice set of coins at face value. Yeah, so very nice. Then 2019 JC, 4.1 million. That's the lowest of the 5-cent pieces at the moment. So very good. One of them in there. And then a 1998 error coin. And I'd say the die on this was about ready to be replaced or break. Big cut in between the two claws there, and all in between the toes on the claws are filled with cuds. Really nice score. Yeah, beautiful. So this is the 98 5-cent piece, and you can see up here there's a cud between the claws, nice size one, and then all in between the toes down here of the bottom claws, all filled. So that die is ready to be replaced or break all through those claws there. Lovely. We'll get on to the 50 cents now. Okay, on to the 50-cent pieces. So I've got a 1972 and a 73. I keep those two. Their 7th is the 73 of the 50-cent pieces that are minted, and the 72 is 9th. So you've got 3mm and 5mm. Low mintage, especially for down that area. Everything else is pretty high. Well, the 74 is 8mm, so I'd be keeping them too. But 85 at 1mm, so that's the distance between 85 down to 74, 73, 72. And I'd be keeping them. Next is a good score, 2014 AXIS, 50-cent piece, nice condition. Low mint on them, 3 million. You don't come across too many of them. It's 3 mil, so happy with them. I think for the whole year, I probably only got about 4 out of, I don't know, 80, 90,000 worth of 50-cent pieces, if not more. Next, the 2016 changeover. It's not in too good a nick, but I just can't find myself to throw them back in, because I love the design. It's on the obverse, the only coins that have the design on the obverse, or the rest are on the reverse side. So it's 50 years of our decimal currency. Lovely. Next, for 2021 JC, 50-cent pieces. Lovely. Good score, 1.44 million for them. That puts them at 6th lowest for our circulating coat of arms 50-cent pieces. Yeah, so $60, and I got done pretty well. The 20 cents did pretty well. That was $30 worth. So not too bad there either. Next is 1994, Year of the Family, and this is the wide date variety. So we have between the 9 and 9, there's about a 1mm, so it is 1mm gap. The 9 4mm gap. The standard narrow date, the 9-9, between there's a 1/2 mil, and the 9-4 1/2 mil. If you put them together, you'll see I measure this at 7 mil, longest points corner to corner, and 6 mil, same way, on the narrow date. The width doesn't matter about measuring it really, as long as there's the 1 mil between the 9994. That's a wide date variety. Also show that in the variety videos that I have, so again I'll put the links there and have a look at that, and it shows you the comparisons between the two. Next is a 1979 and two 1980 double bar 50-cent pieces. The 79s are hard to come across, probably, I don't know, maybe 12 or more 1980 double bars before you find a 79. I think it's about 15 million difference in mintage on them. So I've got a video on these, so I'll put the links to the variety videos that I've made. I've got 3 videos, they go for about 20 minutes in total. There's 21 different varieties on 29 different coins that you can go and learn straight away to go and look for, and for reference to come back to. So the 79, behind the emu's head, there's 2 train track type bars behind there. They're not die cracks, they're there because they were in the die, and I call them a variety because they mistakenly put it in there and they ground it out in 79, but 80 it turned up again, so I reckon it was the die maker. Anyhow, I call it a variety, not an error. It was put in there by mistake by someone, but not because the die packed up. It was in the die. So that's a variety, to me anyway. So I've got 2 of them at a 79. So I'll put the links to those varieties, so go and have a look at them, and they're good reference and something to start off and look for if you haven't done that before. We'll go on to $2 now. Okay, on to the last lot, and that's the $2 coins. And I don't know if you can hear the lawnmower in the back, but that's what happens when you video at home in the back room. No control over that, so I've got to get this done. Anyway, $450 worth of $2 coins is what I checked, and I got 23 $2 coins. 20 colour. Can you believe that? Little bank. Unbelievable. Couldn't believe it. That's 1 coin per $22, or 1 per 11 coins. The average for me, over, let's say $100,000 worth of 2s, it's about $125 per colour or commemorative, because we've got 3 commemorative coins that are not colour, and 1 per $125. So beautiful. That's the biggest haul I think I've had from there. So 20 colour. 16 of them are Woolies Release Olympic coins. And I don't have a full set. I'm missing the blue one, which is the female surfer. This is the male hockey player. So 3 black, 3 eternal flames, striving, passion, dedication is the team emblem, the green, 4 of them. And the Fuji, I've got 6, and they're the ones that I believe in the future will be the ones worth the most, because they're the only ones got Japan on there. That, you know, showing you that the Olympics were at Japan. None of these tell you that. So that's my pick. 16 of them, beautiful. There's a blue that's missing, that's got the female kangaroo on the surfboard, and the Paralympic, which is the yellow and green. That was brought out separately. Woolworths brought these out in packs of 5, and the Paralympic was separate on its own. They were $15 for the pack, and the Paralympic was $3. So very good there. And then on top of that, I've got another 4 Woolies release. That's the Wiggles. 30 years of Wiggles, and Captain Feathersword, Dorothy the dinosaur, 2 of them, and Wags the dog. So I'm missing Henry the octopus, which was purple. They were brought out in packs of 6, 4 $2 coins that went into circulation, and 2 special $1 coins that weren't put into circulation. So those packs were $15 also. So very good. Got a Can't believe that. That's excellent. 20 colour. Beautiful. And if it wasn't for Woolies, I'd have none. Not one colour. But anyhow, I've got 20. That's really good. Down here to 2011 and a 2021. These are elders. And that's the lowest mint at 1.8 million. And the 2021 JC is the third lowest minted $2 circulating at 2.8 million. So very nice. All two low mints. They're really hard to come by for 2011. Nice 2021 and 20 colour. Beautiful. So in total I checked 1,015 coins and I kept 90 coins. So 38 of them being the 10-cent pieces, which was a really good score. The lowest minted 10 cent too. And I got 38 of them, and 9 of them are very sellable. Really high grade. So yeah, that was really good. Happy with that. It was a good haul. Okay, until my next video, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like. And until then, bye bye.